The penalty touch. What if you scored a penalty in a Champions League shootout? Solid strike, goalkeeper wrong-footed, ball in the net, fans screaming. Your nerves are gone. Instant relief. Then VAR intervenes. Not for the goalkeeper moving early from his line. They're looking for something else. And they find it. You slipped during your run-up. Your standing foot grazed the ball during your strike. No goal. No retake. Your team crashes out of the round of 16. This actually happened. March 2025. Julian Alvarez. Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. As of summer 2025, the rule has changed. An accidental double touch now means the penalty is retaken, not erased. For Alvarez, that change came 3 months too late. The updated rule now distinguishes intent from accident. If a penalty taker accidentally grazes the ball with their standing foot and scores, the kick is retaken. Fair enough. The goal was scored improperly, so you get another chance. But here's where it stops making sense. If you accidentally graze it and miss, an in-game penalty results in an indirect free kick to the other team. A penalty shootout incident counts as a miss. Same accident, same slip. But because the ball didn't go in, you don't get a retake. You get punished. IFAB's logic is that giving the kicker a second chance after missing would be too generous for an improperly taken kick. So a successful accident gets forgiven. An unsuccessful accident gets penalized. Read that again if you need to. Deliberate double touches, where a player tries to dummy the goalkeeper by tapping the ball twice, still result in an indirect free kick regardless of outcome. That part makes sense. Deception should be punished. But the accidental version? One outcome gives you mercy, the other gives you nothing. Now here's a penalty rule you might never have seen enforced, one that's been in the laws since the beginning. The penalty taker cannot follow up their own rebound. If the ball strikes the post or crossbar and bounces back to the kicker, they cannot touch it. The ball must touch another player first: teammate, opponent, goalkeeper, anyone. If the original taker slots in the rebound before that happens, it's disallowed. Indirect free kick. Most fans assume an in-game penalty is live once it's taken. It is, for everyone except the person who took it. Think about what that means. You step up under enormous pressure. You hit the post. The ball rolls back to your feet. Every instinct screams to bury it. But if you do, and no one else has touched it, the goal doesn't count. Same rule, 2 applications. One punishes accidents, the other punishes instinct. Somewhere in Madrid, Julian Alvarez probably still thinks about that night. The rule changed because of him, but not in time to save him. The shin pad rule that doesn't exist. Here's a rule that surprises people, not because of what it says, but because of what it doesn't say. Football requires players to wear shin pads. That's in the laws. But nowhere does it specify a minimum size. Look at players like Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, or Toni Kroos. Most of modern players really. Their shin pads are barely larger than a credit card. Some are so small they'd struggle to protect against a firm handshake, let alone a Premier League tackle. The official requirement is vague. Shin pads must be made of suitable material and provide reasonable protection. That's it. No dimensions. No minimum surface area. IFAB has explicitly stated that judging whether shin pads offer adequate protection is the responsibility of the individual player and not the referee. A referee can check that something exists under the sock. They're not supposed to measure it or assess its protective value. Club doctors hate this. They regularly treat injuries, bone bruising, deep lacerations, sometimes fractures, that proper shin pads would have prevented. The FA has issued guidance urging players to prioritize protection over aesthetics. Some grassroots leagues have started banning mini shin pads entirely, but at the professional level, the trend continues. Players claim smaller pads improve comfort and mobility. Some say they forgot to change the habit after years of training without protection. Others admit it's purely aesthetic. The low socks, tiny pads look has become a style statement that younger players copy. The laws say you need shin pads. They don't say they need to actually protect your shins. Football's strangest loophole isn't a loophole at all. It's an absence. The 8-second goalkeeper rule. Here's a rule that sounds made up until you see it enforced. If a goalkeeper controls the ball with their hands for more than 8 seconds, the opposing team gets a corner kick. Not an indirect free kick, a corner. Picture it. The keeper catches a cross, takes a breath, bounces the ball once, looks up, waits for runners, and suddenly the referee is pointing to the corner flag. The keeper hasn't even released the ball yet, and now his team is defending a set piece. For years, the old rule gave keepers 6 seconds and punished violations with an indirect free kick. Referees almost never enforced it because the punishment wasn't worth the disruption. Teams knew this. Goalkeepers on the leading team would hold the ball for 15, 20, even 30 seconds, lying on it, walking with it, waiting for the time to run out. IFAB decided that if time wasting was going to be punished, the punishment needed to actually hurt. A corner kick is a genuine scoring opportunity. That changes the calculation entirely. The referee now raises a hand for the final 5 seconds as a visible countdown. Players in the stadium can see it. Viewers at home can see it. The goalkeeper has no excuse. Waste 9 seconds and you're defending one of the modern game's most dangerous situations. A goal can be erased because the ball hit the ref. The referee is officially part of the playing surface, but that status has limits. If the ball strikes a match official and that contact leads to a goal, a change of possession, or a promising attack, the referee must stop play and restart with a dropped ball. Here's how it unfolds. A midfielder plays a pass that deflects off the referee's back, drops to an on-rushing striker who finishes calmly into the corner. The net ripples. The striker wheels away. Then the referee blows the whistle and points to the ground for a dropped ball. The goal is gone. This rule was updated in 2019 because the previous version created absurd outcomes. Under the old laws, the referee was treated like the corner flag. If the ball hit them and stayed in play, the game continued no matter what happened next. Now there's a filter. If the ball touches a match official and nothing significant changes, play continues. But if it leads to a goal, a change of possession, or a promising attack, play stops. Dropped ball to the team that had the ball before contact. So if your pass deflects off the referee and lands at an opponent's feet, dropped ball, you get possession back. If your pass deflects off the referee and you score, goal erased. The shirt removal rule. This one looks simple on the surface. Remove your shirt during a celebration, receive a yellow card. But the reasoning behind it reveals how commercial and political football has become. The rule was introduced in 2004, and the official justifications were time wasting and excessive celebration. Fair enough. But those weren't the only concerns driving the change. Sponsors pay enormous sums for shirt visibility. Every second a player celebrates without their jersey is a second the sponsor's logo isn't on screen. When broadcasters slow-motion replay a goal celebration, they want the shirt and its commercial real estate in frame. Then there's the message problem. Before the rule tightened, players would lift their shirts to reveal political statements, religious messages, personal tributes, and unauthorized advertising on undershirts. Some were touching, dedications to deceased teammates. Others were controversial, political slogans that turned goal celebrations into protests. IFAB decided the cleanest solution was a blanket ban. No slogans, no images, no alternative sponsor logos on undershirts. The rule now states that players cannot reveal undergarments displaying political, religious, or personal messages of any kind. The result is that Lionel Messi got booked for revealing a tribute to Diego Maradona a week after he died. Demarai Gray got booked for honouring Leicester's owner after his fatal helicopter crash. Players showing solidarity with Ukraine got booked. Rules are rules, even when they feel wrong. And the card applies even if the goal is disallowed. Score, celebrate, take your shirt off, watch VAR rule it out. You still get booked. Talk about doubling the pain. The back pass loophole. Everyone knows goalkeepers can't pick up deliberate back passes from teammates, but the specifics of this rule still confuse players at every level. A goalkeeper cannot handle a ball that has been deliberately kicked to them by a teammate. Doesn't matter if it's a 40-yard clearance or a 2-yard tap. If feet were involved and the intent was to return possession, the keeper must play it with their feet. The punishment is an indirect free kick from wherever the goalkeeper handled the ball, even if that's 6 yards from goal. The same restriction applies to throw-ins. If a teammate takes a throw-in and directs it straight to the goalkeeper and the keeper picks it up, that's also an indirect free kick. But above the knee is legal. A defender can head the ball back, chest it back, knee, thigh, shoulder, face, all fine for the keeper to collect. So players got creative. What if you flick the ball up with your foot and then head it back? IFAB saw that coming. If a player uses a deliberate trick to circumvent the back pass rule, flicking the ball onto their head, lying down to head it back, that player receives a yellow card and the opposing team gets an indirect free kick, even if the goalkeeper never touches it. So where's the line? In the 2022 World Cup final, Christian Romero went to ground and used his thigh to push the ball back to Emiliano Martinez. The goalkeeper collected it. No whistle. Was Romero executing a trick or just reacting under pressure? The referee saw it as a natural defensive action. But if lying down to head it back is a trick, how different is sliding to thigh it back? The laws give referees discretion. In a World Cup final, that discretion favoured Argentina. Offside doesn't exist from restarts. This rule has been in the laws for decades, but I'm not sure that casual fans are aware of it. You cannot be offside when receiving the ball directly from a goal kick, a throw-in, or a corner kick. That means a striker can stand 10 yards behind the last defender at a throw-in, receive the ball to feet, and turn toward goal with complete legal protection. No flag, no whistle. Play continues. The critical word is directly. This exemption only applies to the first touch from the restart. Once anyone else touches the ball, normal offside rules resume. So if a throw-in goes to a midfielder who then plays it forward, the striker needs to be onside for that second pass. The reasoning is practical. These restarts are designed to get the game moving quickly. Applying offside would create constant stoppages and force attacking teams into artificial positions just to stay legal. Teams who understand this rule exploit it constantly. Watch how forwards position themselves at throw-ins near the halfway line. They're not being lazy, they're hunting space. From these 3 restarts, the offside doesn't exist. You can be offside without touching the ball. This one divides opinion like nothing else. Many fans think offside requires touching the ball. It doesn't. And that's precisely why it causes so much controversy. A player can be penalised for offside by blocking a defender's line of sight, by challenging for a ball they never reach, by obstructing the goalkeeper's view, or by interfering with an opponent's movement, all without making contact. The laws are explicit. If an attacker in an offside position clearly obstructs the goalkeeper's line of vision, that player must be penalised. No touch required. But clearly is doing a lot of work in that sentence. And referees don't always agree on what it means. In November 2025, Virgil van Dijk headed in what looked like Liverpool's equaliser against Manchester City. Andy Robertson was standing in an offside position near goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. The goal was disallowed. Robertson, the officials decided, was blocking Donnarumma's view. Liverpool protested. The Premier League's review panel later agreed the goal should have stood. Robertson wasn't directly in the goalkeeper's eye line. But they also ruled VAR was right not to overturn it. Why? because the original call wasn't a clear and obvious error. It was subjective, open to interpretation. Same incident, two conclusions, both technically correct. A deflection off a goalkeeper's save does not reset the offside phase. A deliberate pass does. Picture this. A striker is standing in an offside position when his teammate shoots. The goalkeeper parries it. The striker taps in the rebound. That goal gets chalked off, even though the keeper touched the ball, because a save is a reaction, not controlled possession. The offside phase never ended. If that same keeper had caught the ball, set it down, and passed it to a defender who then misplayed it to the same striker, that would be a new phase. The goal would stand. Same striker, same position, same outcome. Different ruling. The distinction changes how teams defend. You can't assume that forcing a save clears offside danger. The phase continues until someone takes deliberate, controlled action on the ball. Doing nothing can still be illegal. And the line between clearly obstructing and just standing there depends entirely on who's watching. You can't score directly from a dropped ball. This rule exists to prevent chaos, and it works exactly as intended. If a referee stops play for any reason, injury, outside interference, ball striking an official, the restart is a dropped ball. And if a player strikes that dropped ball directly into the goal without anyone else touching it, the goal doesn't count. The ball must touch at least two players before a goal is valid. Imagine a player receives a dropped ball on the edge of the area, sees the keeper off his line, and hammers it into the top corner. Beautiful strike. Means nothing. The restart goes to the opposing goalkeeper as a goal kick. The same applies if you somehow put a dropped ball into your own net. Doesn't count. Corner kick to the other team. IFAB's position is that dropped balls are neutral restarts, not competitive moments. They exist to resume play after an interruption, not to create scoring opportunities from artificial situations. Perfect strike. Wrong restart. Not every foul in the box is a penalty. The assumption is simple. Foul in the box equals penalty. But that's not accurate. Several offences inside the penalty area are punished with indirect free kicks instead. The list includes illegal handling by the goalkeeper, such as picking up a back pass, along with dangerous play without contact, impeding an opponent without contact, and interfering with the goalkeeper's release of the ball. What does dangerous play look like in practice? A high foot near an opponent's head. A studs-up slide tackle that misses. Dropping your head to kicking level when opponents are challenging. In one La Liga match between Real Madrid and Sevilla, a defender swung his boot at head height, trying to clear a cross, while Cristiano Ronaldo went to head it. No contact. Indirect free kick. Ronaldo took the layoff and struck the post. As of 2025, the 6-second rule, famously unenforced, has been replaced. 8 seconds now, with a visible countdown from the referee. And instead of the indirect free kick that referees almost never awarded, it's a corner. The distinction comes down to one question. Did the offence involve direct physical contact or deny a goal-scoring opportunity through interference? If yes, penalty. If no, indirect free kick. That's why a goalkeeper collecting a back pass results in an indirect free kick rather than a penalty. The offence is technical rather than physical. The attacking team wasn't denied a shot on goal by illegal contact. They were disadvantaged by illegal possession. Different category of offence, different punishment. Same box, same whistle. Completely different outcome. Football doesn't punish what looks wrong. It punishes what the laws define as wrong. And the gap between instinct and legislation is where every argument starts. If any of these caught you off guard, you're not alone. So which rule still doesn't make sense to you? Tell me in the comments. And if this changed how you watch the game, hit subscribe. There's plenty more where this came from.